Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. And yeah, so now people are being sent home for white socks, apparently. You know, I know there's a dress code when it comes to certain work environments. I also believe in granting grace, too. Now, if this was someone who was wearing white socks, you know, like once a week or whatever, then it might be an issue. But if this was like the first time, I'd just be like, man, just don't wear white socks anymore, or whatever. But I don't, whatever. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, Olive Garden employee gets sent home. I'm just going to go ahead and give you this. By the way, there is some language in this because she was upset. Now, I will say one thing that threw me off a little bit, and not saying that she's not telling the truth, I'm just telling you what threw me off, was at the end of this, she tried to keep from laughing. Now, maybe she genuinely just thought the situation was funny. Like, really, is that serious to you that I wore white socks that you had to report me to the manager? Okay. So maybe she thought the situation was funny, and she was trying not to laugh because she thought it was funny. But part of me felt like, well, she was laughing because maybe the story isn't all the way true. Because don't forget, these people get on TikTok sometimes and they start saying stuff. People can say all kinds of things. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. So, yeah. But we're going to go ahead and play it. You can hear her for yourself.
I just got sent out of work because my socks were white. Yeah, because everyone and their mothers is going to lose their fucking appetite if they see a pair of white fucking socks. Grow the fuck up. God.
You see how she was trying not to laugh or whatever? So, yeah. Now, one thing I will say, when she started talking, for some reason she reminded me of Madonna. Don't know why, but yeah. So let's go ahead and go to the comments right quick on this one. So, one person said, I lost my appetite just looking at those piercings. I don't know about your socks. One person said, I just love you so much. You remind me so much of Lumpy Space Princess. I have no idea who Lumpy Space Princess is. I would have to Google that. Let's see what else people said. I would just start wearing white socks when I want a day off. And then another person, I was actually eating at the Olive Garden and saw a server with white socks and my appetite went away. Another person, I actually can't eat Olive Garden unless my server is wearing white socks. So they obviously don't know what they're talking about. One person said, I walked out of Olive Garden on my first day. I'm trying to think, did I ever work for Olive Garden? I don't think I worked for Olive Garden. Or did I? Part of me feels like I did work for Olive Garden. I'm not sure. I had so many jobs when I was younger, for some people who don't know. The family joke was they were waiting to see how many W-2s I would get in the mail. Because sometimes it would be, you know, some years it might be like 4 W-2s. Some years it might be like 8 W-2s. Because one time there was this one job I had and I just did not like it the first day. I went on my lunch break and did not come back. I was just like, this ain't it. There was another job. I was working in like a plastics mill or something like that. And what I had to do was break the plastic and stuff. Like the plastic had the objects were within the plastic and you had to break out the objects. And if you didn't have gloves, it would scrape up your hands, and I didn't have gloves. So I had left that one, and then there was another job working at a factory where you had to break down cardboard boxes and stuff. It was like a vitamin factory. I left that after one day. Good times. So yeah, I feel like I might have worked at the Olive Garden, but if I did, it was for a short period. I don't know. I have to dig back and think about it. So yeah, if I were her, I possibly wouldn't have came back. Been like, dude, you sending me home for white socks? Yeah. That wouldn't have worked with me. It just wouldn't have. Okay. Somebody said Ross with their loss prevention team. Okay, had a moment. Sorry for the way we're short-staffed. Another person, how dare you wear white socks? One person saying, my old manager at Jimmy John's would literally lift my pant leg to see if I was wearing black socks. Such a power trip. Well, that's uncomfortable. And another person said, reasons I quit Olive Garden. Call the sock police, because why does everyone gotta stare? Oh my goodness. They're like, OMFG, of course you're in Olive Garden, girly. I'm so sorry, worst year of my life. Nobody wants to work these days and we're short staffed. So yeah. Pretty sure that most people are on her side. Like, it's white socks, man. It's not a threat to national security. But whatever. I don't own the Olive Garden. Not sure I would want to. No shade to the Olive Garden, just being honest. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Thank you to everyone for supporting. I have some more wacky news stories coming. Until next time, be blessed.